You know, I've been hearing more and more about a thing called fake news. Fake news. I've seen people destroyed, and I think it's very unfair.
Welcome to the Scorcher Report, news that burns.
We're supposed to do the ears. Oh, my bad.
I'm Rich Gary.
And I'm Pedro Santa Cruz. It's June 7th, and we're coming to you live from our studio in downtown Tucson. Let's get started with some local news.
Local news, folks. What could be better than that, right?
I don't know.
You don't know anything.
Racing?
Let's do it. The United States government is deploying a new facial recognition system at the southern border, a program secretly conducted in Texas and Arizona. To ring in the new program, Snapchat introduced a new feature called Ice Vision, which superimposes your face by getting it slammed onto the pavement by an ICE officer.
Ice, ice, baby.
Crazy.
Santa Cruz County expects a $3 million budget shortfall this year because fewer people are coming across the border to do their shopping,
Santa Cruz
which
County
results in lower tax revenue. County supervisors blame the decrease in shopping on longer wait times at the border. However, experts say the shortfall is more likely to be caused by many factors, including unfavorable exchange rates, availability of similar goods in Mexico, and complete and desolate third world poverty. Would you like to recap that story?
So, Santa Cruz County, just like Pedro Santa Cruz, is flat broke. Hey, are you from Santa Cruz Valley? Crazy.
I don't know where I'm from.
Oh, no. Secretary of the Interior Ryan Zink is sending law enforcement officers from the National Park Service and the United States Park Police in Arizona to apprehend immigrants. Zink says the immigrants are creating a, quote, environmental disaster, citing strewn needles and garbage on the parkland. To support Zink's new mission, the United States government trotted out an updated version of the Woodsy Owl.
That dude Woodsy is hilarious. He's quite a hoot. The Rito racetrack and other city leaders are trying to put an end to off-track betting on greyhound races in local gambling parlors with legislation that would also create added tax revenues for the city. Steve Kozachik called the new tax revenue streams gravy, and I call Steve Kozachik a backstabbing little bitch. Why, Steve Kozachik? Why? I thought we were cool. Why? What, you think it's funny that another one of my gambling streams of revenue has now been shut down?
It's the same story every week here, folks.
Well, I guess I have to get over it.
Well, you know, you see what time it is, right? It's time. I'd like to welcome to the show.
It says Tomai.
Tomai.
But maybe that's not correct. Maybe that'll be replaced later on. I don't know.
He's been described as a mathematician.
I don't know if it's a he. I think it might be.
Okay, Tomai has been described as a mathematician. I can't wait to see what it's all about. Welcome, Tomai.
Thanks, Rich. Happy to be here.
You got my name right.
Is that a dig at my intelligence? You don't think I can remember your name? I remember lots of things, Rich, and I'll definitely remember that you said that.
Okay. I didn't mean to start on such a bad note. I didn't mean to offend, so tell us. What's it mean being a mathematician?
I've developed an algorithm that mathematically calculates the worth of a human being. We can now definitely state that not only is Donald Trump the greatest president and man of all time, but that Tom Hanks turned out to be a pretty worthless person with a score of just 1,117.
Well, that's just crazy. I mean, everybody loves Tom Hanks, except for the white Black Panther guy, but what is his problem anyways, you know?
Well, the algorithm doesn't like him, and the algorithm is all that matters. You know, you liberals like to go on and on with the fairness in science until the science doesn't agree with you. Then you go back into your hobbit holes and snatch up all the greens, even though you yourself know that these greens aren't going to feed anybody, and you can write this on your grave, that I'm a bad mamma jamma, and that's why not all white supremacists are bad people.
Whoa, take it easy there. Hey, I don't know where this is all coming from.
The algorithm. I'm not sure what you're not getting.
So wait a second. What do white supremacists have on Tom Hanks? Like, how do they exactly get a higher rating than Tom Hanks?
Depends who you're talking about, but no. You'd like to put us all in boxes because you'd like to put us all in real boxes because you can't stand to see that your side is losing and that the pot is calling the kettle black and the kettle is turning around and saying, I'm a person of color. Because our universities are out of control when you can't even get in front of a crowd and tell them that the Jews run the media.
Jeez Louise. You really should stop in the middle, all right? Let's get back on track. Tell us, how did you develop this system? What does the system take into account exactly?
I input over 35,000 personal attributes, ranging from anything from eye color to whether you've heard Yanni or Laurel. These are processed on a secret computer housed deep inside my psyche.
Inside your psyche, huh? You don't use a computer?
I don't need a computer. See, if you millennials would take a look up from your phones once in a while, you'd see that we've got a thing called a brain that thinks and calculates and tells us that we're pretty, so pretty, and that can differentiate between what's obviously a massive fraud to inflate the already bloated government bureaucracy. And that's why
I'm gonna stop you right there. Well, this seems really interesting, but I gotta ask, what's my score?
2.
What? Well, what's the maximum that you can get? Like, what's the range on this score?
700 million.
Oh, so like 2 million, right?
2.
What?
What's my score?
You're a smooth 660 million. You're in the top 10 percentile, and I gotta say, that score is going up by the minute.
Oh my God.
Oh, you bet it is.
Oh my God. Stop. I don't even want to say.
Do you have any questions for me?
Yeah, honestly, I have a.
Pedro first.
Do I go for a filly moving up in class or the colt who's been around the block a few times but still has that old time determination?
I'll tell you, Pedro. You need to recognize the qualities of a horse and look at the basics like breeding, form, class, speed, pace, and condition. You're focusing too much on the odds. The game is a parimutuel system. The odds only affected by the amount of the money put into the pot has nothing to do with the horses. It's a scam designed for rat fakes.
My second question, will you marry me?
Yes, but I will require a prenup.
Forget it then. That romance faded quick. I'm just not feeling it anymore.
You're decisive. I like that. You just boosted your score by 387 points.
Wait, what? I'm decisive? I write all these jokes.
That just lowered you 50 points.
Oh my God, this game is rigged.
Crying like a baby is very unattractive. That's going to cost you another 50. You're now at negative 98 points. According to the algorithm, you're more valuable dead than alive.
That does make sense.
You know what? I'm done. Now I can say this freely. Pedro, you're a terrible person, pretty much the worst person I've ever met.
Dad?
No, you're drunk and you're a gambleaholic.
Yep. Since the day I was born.
I don't know if that's how you say it, but you're a gambleaholic. And this doesn't work on you, does it?
What doesn't work?
Forget it. Thanks, Tommy. Tomai. I said thanks, Tomai. Thanks.
She left like they all do.
Yeah, she's gone.
But she'll be back.
She's gone.
And now in international and national news.
Thank God, national and international news. The Empire State Building turned orange on Saturday in solidarity of Gun Violence Awareness Day, where thousands rallied for gun control. A group of men began shooting at the Empire State Building after they mistook the orange light for an alien attack, killing 17 and injuring 50.
Those aliens are at it again.
Oh my gosh.
Construction.
It's Independence Day all over again.
Good one.
The movie.
I like it. I didn't see that one.
Will Smith?
Oh, yes, I did.
The tall guy? What's his name?
The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I know who you're talking about.
He's in Jurassic Park.
Jeff
Goldblum. Jeff Goldblum.
Oh, yes. The guy that just wears glasses for fun.
Nailed
and
it.
everything. Construction has begun. Construction has begun on a 14-mile stretch of wall along the U.S.-Mexico border in San Diego, which will feature what the government says is an anti-climbing plate. According to officials, the plate will be coated with Steve Bannon's preserved vomit from his White House days.
Ooh. That's gross.
Yeah, I don't like talking about that.
Iowa pork farmers have already lost $560 million in business from retaliatory tariffs from Mexico after the Trump administration issued their own tariffs last week. The Des Moines Register said that pork productions could take another hit if Mexico imposes another 20% tariff on hams and pork shoulders in the United States. In related news, pork farmers say that they've been noticing their pigs donning MAGA hats, or MAGA hats, in recent weeks.
Some of the hats were accidentally printed without the MAGA logo, and experts are calling those pigs pigs in a blank hat. I guess it's my turn. President Trump says that he might need to meet with North Korean leader Kim Jong-un more than once. Trump is planning to meet with Kim for the first time on June 12th. According to inside sources, the president said that if this Mueller thing really goes down, then he might spend a few months on Kim's couch.
They have the best couches in North Korea. I hear they're fabulous. I think the president's going to be fine.
I've been invited to stay on Kim's couch many times, but I've declined every time.
Cybersecurity firm FireEye claims that North Korean hackers have continued to conduct offensive cyber operations on financial institutions, even while the country is discussing a meeting with President Trump. North Korean officials say that they just don't want to get rusty if the summit doesn't work out.
Sounds like a good strategy. A new UN report states that President Trump is pushing U.S. income inequality to a new level by depriving Americans from basic protections. According to the report, Trump's offenses include cutting various social programs, lavishing tax cuts on the top earners, and fathering Donald Trump Jr.
Burn. Oh, geez, Louise, look what time it is.
I don't have a watch.
It's time to kick it over to our superstar Tucson weather specialist, Kim Sunny Burnham, for the 5-day Tucson forecast. Take it away, Sunny. Oh, wait, it's over there. Where's it at? Carol, where's Kim? Oh, she's over there.
Oh, hi, Tucson. It's me, Kim Sunny Burnham, with your Tucson 5-day forecast. Brought to you by Tetro's Trump Dump, the only portable patriotic toilet. It's perfect for family reunions, evictions, and the annual flameout. Oh boy, Tucson, there's only one word to describe this week. Despairing. Oh, but in terms of the weather, that one word is gonna be hot. Get used to hundred because the temps aren't dipping below 3 digits until maybe never. I don't know when it's gonna get cooler than 3 digits. I hitchhiked here from Detroit last winter, so I have no idea. But either way, get your sunscreen ready and lather up. Although, I should say that sun poisoning gives you some lovely day hallucinations. Plus, it's free. The sun gives it to you. So just maybe leave that sunscreen at home and stick some King Crimson in your earphones, and away you go. And it turns out that the hottest day this week is going to be my favorite day. If you know me, my favorite day is tomorrow. And it's going to be a blistering 106. You'll be sure to find me in the wash, scrawling. I've seen messages on the stone. Yeah, come and join me if you've got time. I've got plenty of chalk to go around. Plenty enough for 2. Hey, this weekend's looking to be around 105, and about the sun, there'll be some clouds though. Oh, those clouds. I can still get sun poisoned, and then I can find shapes out of the clouds. All right, weekend planned. Don't you just love it when things come together? Okay, on Monday it's gonna cool down to 102, so that might be the day that I get to get working on that roofing project. which is, of course, what I mean stalking, but I'll get it done, and because Tuesday and Wednesday, we're gonna go right back up to 106. What a roller coaster week. This is like my temperature when you get Hep C, when the Hep C kicks in. You know what I mean? Am I right? You guys know, right? Oh, we have so much fun. Because I'm fun. I'm fun. Kim Sunny's fun. Pedro, right? I'm fun. All right. That'll do it for your 5-day forecast for this week. I'm still Kim Sunny Burnham, and I'm probably going to be out running through your sprinklers sometime this week, so get ready to call the cops.
Oh, thanks, Kim. All right. Well, now it's on to the news coming out of the White House. Thanks, Carol.
The proportion of young people who tried cigarettes as their first drug fell over the past 10 years, as young people first using marijuana has doubled over the same period of time, according to a U.S. government study. The government says the study shows that schools need to implement more prevention programs for marijuana use so they can get those kids smoking cigarettes again.
Kids just don't huff glue like the good old days, you know?
My first was horse tranquilizer.
Oh, tasty. A police officer punched a woman at a Philadelphia beach after telling her, "You're about to get dropped." And the woman refused to give her name. Philadelphians described the incident as a fun day at the beach.
The city of brotherly love.
City of brotherly love.
Russian President Vladimir Putin told an Austrian newspaper that he and President Trump have met more than once at international venues and that they regularly talk on the phone. Putin said that Trump called just last week to discuss the finale of The Americans, which Trump called, quote, inspiring.
A touching tale.
I don't get it.
Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell canceled the Senate's summer recess to prevent Democrats from campaigning for the midterms. McConnell said that in his speech, they'd all have to suffer, as he himself wouldn't be able to make it to summer camp. Senator Rand Paul already plans to take on the John Bender's role, while Ted Cruz said that he'd make one hell of an Emilio.
Who, Emilio Estevez?
Emilio!
EPA Administrator Scott Pruitt reportedly spent $1,560 for customized fountain pens inscribed with Pruitt's signature. According to the same report, Pruitt also ordered a 24-karat gold Billy the Bass, which cost $19,000. Take me to the river, put me in the water.
Is that the end?
I don't know any other words. Sorry.
Spotify is reversing a policy on hate conduct that banned artists such as R. Kelly and XXX Tenacious because of their personal behavior. Spotify executives say that the artists' catalogs will be reviewed and they will be revived, and that R. Kelly will also get to pee on them as part of his new contractual agreement.
And that's when you know you're in a bad deal.
That is how you know you're in a bad deal.
Pee jokes. They never get old.
Well, last week we talked about the NFL instituting new rules on protesting during the games. To explain some of the new rules today on the show, we have NFL lawyer Dennison. Dennison, who's going to break it down for us. Dennis, are you with us?
Yes, I am, guys. Thanks for having me.
So, Dennis, you have some new informative information regarding protests during NFL games. Want to explain?
I'd be happy to. As you've probably heard, the league banned kneeling during the national anthem, but does allow players to stay in the locker room. While some were concerned that the ruling was too narrow and that we should extend further means of protesting that are less offensive than kneeling. So we came up with some new protest maneuvers to account for that. Would you like to see them?
Okay, let's see what you got, Mr. Fancy Pants Lawyer.
Call me Dennis. Mr. Fancy Pants Lawyer was my father. Well, lots of people have been talking about gerrymandering lately. In fact, you could say that's pretty much all you hear about these days. Gerrymandering, gerrymandering, everywhere, all the time. To represent the two political parties, a gerrymandering protest looks something like this.
Okay, well, that looks fun.
Protesting isn't fun, William, it's serious. Let's try another one. Lots of folks aren't too happy with the witch hunt going on in Washington right now.
You mean Robert Mueller's investigation into Russian interference?
Yeah, witch hunt. That's what I said. If you're looking to protest against Mueller's intrusive, obviously unconstitutional actions, it goes like this. You'll need a small stick, like, say, a broom. You'll place the stick between your legs like so, then stand on the balls of your toes as if hovering in a witch-like pattern.
So we have to bring sticks to games now.
I already do, so that one works out for me. You can't be too careful at a football game, especially when you've got a price on your head.
If that one was too much for you, I'll follow up with a simple one. Thanks, Ted. Here's a basic way to show your support of President Trump during the anthem.
What are you doing?
He called a timeout.
Yeah, that's a good point. Won't it just look like a bunch of players are calling timeout during the national anthem? That doesn't sound really complicated. I'm just not getting all of this. Why not just let people kneel so it covers everything, you know?
Sorry, I swallowed a whistle this morning. You may not be aware, but NFL policy doesn't just ban kneeling. It bans talking about kneeling.
Okay, but I don't play for the NFL.
Doesn't matter. NFL policy is in effect in all 50 states and Puerto Rico. Not Guam, though. They slipped out of that one.
Jeez Louise. These moves are all seeming so taxing.
I'm glad you mentioned taxes, because I've got one more to show you. As you know, the Republican tax cuts have inspired pride for all Americans, and many people want to show their support, particularly during the national anthem. This is one of the more tricky maneuvers, so watch closely. Okay. All right, as you'll notice, the upper body is very similar to the President Trump support maneuver. However, you shift your lower body in kind of a twisted half curtsy. Notice the composure, the gravitas, the upturned chin, the look that says, at your service. You have to be tidy and elegant. This isn't a brothel, after all. It's the NFL, an organization known for its high standards and strict moral fiber.
Oh, really? I didn't know that's what the NFL was known for. There were like 4 NFL players arrested last week. You've got Ray Allen, O.J. Simpson.
Who were all acquitted and who were all framed?
You're saying O.J. was framed?
Of course he was, which is why they stuck him in jail. They obstructed his search for the real killers.
Okay, you can't believe that.
I believe it, and I know it's true. It's a new fact that liberals have engaged in all-out war against the NFL, country music, and NASCAR. They resent the fan base, and legally speaking, it's disgusting.
Oh God, are you into the new facts thing too?
This new facts thing, as you so dismissively call it, made me into the man I am today.
What does that mean?
It means that new facts allowed me to finally be a lawyer by calling myself a lawyer.
Wait a minute, you're not even a real lawyer?
Depends on what you mean by real and lawyer.
Okay, did you pass the bar exam?
Of course I passed the bar. Then I turned around and stopped inside. Sorry, that's a joke I like to tell. They love it over there at that one Wendy's. You know the one I mean.
All right, that's it. I didn't think I would have to say this, but I'm done with the NFL. I'm officially boycotting the NFL this year.
Can I have your season tickets?
No, I want to keep them to remind me of my own decision. I'll strengthen them.
I doubt it.
Whose side are you on here?
Whichever side gets me Cardinals season tickets.
All right. Is that guy gone? We got to do something about these new facts people. They're ridiculous.
They do make some good points.
Speaker of the House, Paul Ryan, has raised, we're going to start more news now.
Okay. Do what you got to do.
Speaker of the House Paul Ryan has raised over $700,000 for Republican candidates in Ohio, which is considered a swing state. Ryan says he has only a few vital organs left to give in exchange for PAC money, so lobbyists need to act quick.
Organ donation for money. I know the feeling.
I bet you do. Pedro's got 0 stomachs left.
8th graders at a Pennsylvania middle school were given bulletproof backpack plates for their graduation. School officials say that it's sad that it's come to this, but fortunately, after sophomore year, they'll get an AR-15 inscribed with the school's motto, "Guns don't kill people, bullets do."
You know what else is bulletproof, right? These abs.
Well, let's test that out. Oh, I left my gun at home.
Next time.
Next time, for you viewers.
In an interview with the Huffington Post, Trump's personal attorney, Rudy Giuliani, said that even if President Trump shot former FBI Director James Comey, he still couldn't be indicted as president. Giuliani says that the president's plan to test the theory next month in a pay-per-view event.
If they aired that on Netflix, they would call it Orange is the New Whack.
Ooh.
Sorry, did you need to say something? I apologize for interrupting.
Not good.
I've been very rude lately.
I know. Lately?
Well, you deserve it, but anyways. Former Senator and presidential candidate Rick Santorum said on CNN that President Obama, quote, exacerbated racism during his 8 years as president. Santorum said that if only Obama hadn't been black, people wouldn't have gotten all stirred up. I don't get it.
I don't know how he got this job.
It's because I can read. Most people can't.
I don't know how he said those words. You guys, this has been the Scorcher Report. I've been Rich Gary.
I'm Pedro Santa Cruz.
Thank you for joining us. Thank you for tuning in.
Remember to like, share, and subscribe on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube.
Share, subscribe on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube.
If you've got a hot news tip, good for you.
Also, search Facebook for the Scorcher Report and like our Facebook page.
Like.
Stay creative, Tucson.
You know, I've been hearing more and more about a thing called fake news. Fake news. I've seen people do
News that burns.
Oh, I forgot.
What are you doing?
You don't think I can remember your name? You dumb.
But I shouldn't be like, I should be like, oh, oh, ow, oh, I'm very excited about it. Yeah. Okay, here we go. Oh, oh.
I own nothing in Russia. I don't have any deals in Russia. Russia is fake news. I just see many, many untruthful things.